Welcome everyone to week 12 against the Bills. This is going to be a very tough matchup against a very tough, fierce, and relentless Bills defense. We're going to look to see if we can keep that winning streak going for us as we just come off of a very tough win against the Chargers in overtime. I'm very happy to say that that was my first overtime win here in Madden 16. Right here, we're gonna try to start fast, just as we return this kick for 30 yards right here, 20-yard return, should I say? Right here, we're gonna see Alex Smith's stats. They're not pretty good, but they're not pretty bad either. So 19 touchdowns to 14 interceptions and just a little bit under 2K yards. Right here, we're gonna try to see what kind of success we can find against this Bills defense in the passing game and in the running game as well, because that's one of the facets of the game where we have been struggling mightily. Mighty. Just that running game is not clicking for us. It hasn't been. I can't think of a time in this season where we relied or we won because of the running game. However, look for that to change. Maybe in this game, maybe in the upcoming games, as we try to see if we can get that running game established. A lot of it has to do with the way I've set up. Oh boy, I thought it was going to be intercept. Good thing he went for the bat down thing right there. But I was going to say, because of the way that I have set up, my games where it's under the 4 minute mark, 3 minute games per quarter. Uh, that in and of itself eliminates any possibility of establishing a very outstanding running game. And from what I've seen so far of the way that this thing handles, I'm actually gonna try to see if I can go ahead and leave the same settings, or at least very similar settings to this one, but with the running back, and try to see if I can find some success. So I know I mentioned this in the previous video, so go ahead and look forward to those running back videos that are coming up pretty soon. So yeah, you know, I wanted to establish that in very soon in this video. So now that we're into the red zone of the Bills, we're gonna try to see if we can score some points for ourselves here. Right here, I'm gonna go into the outside. Hopefully, he can target me. Oh boy. I would like to say that Alex is a very good quarterback. He can be very accurate, but unfortunately, he's not very consistent, and that's come to affect our game right here. And right here, I'm quite open for the touchdown. Boom! Right there, we were able to fight that receiver off of ourselves and in running to the end zone and get our hands into that ball right there. That was a very good physical touchdown right there. Very physical route, very quick instincts, very quick and reliable hands right there. All the check marks that I like to see in my game were there, so I'm very proud about that touchdown right there. Right here, our defense, our mighty and great defense, has been able to give us the ball back right there inside the red zone again. So that right there is major points for them. Right there, that was a very tough catch right there for me. I wasn't gonna let that defender get his hands on that ball. That was mine. It had my name on my name only. So go away, Gilmore. We're gonna try to see if we can capitalize on our defense. Great play, or great playing, should I say? Right here in this drive. Was that a conversion? Yeah, that was a conversion right there. Kelsey. Oh, it was actually Jamal Charles, which is pretty happy to see the guy doing something in the offensive game. Um, Unfortunately, he came down with a knee injury in real life, which is it's very tough to see. Charles is one of my favorite running backs, of all time. Right there, I was just wide open. I don't know why he threw that pass away. There goes that whole argument I was saying about him not being consistent. Right there, had he kept his eyes downfield, he would have seen I was just wide open, begging for a pass right there. But again, I don't know. I don't want to criticize my QB anymore. things don't end well, last time, or the last episode, I compared myself to To, and I think that is more and more that's happening because you see me running my mouth against my QB, and that can't happen, so I'm gonna try to see if I can silence that voice that I have myself, saying that my QB is just doing a horrible job right there. But I'm gonna try to focus more on my game than his. Unfortunately, although pretty much my game goes hand to hand with his, we'll try to do the best job we can at our job and take from there. Right here, that our relentless defense is keeping the Buffalo's offense down to 0 points, and this is where they're gonna take their first crack at some points right here for themselves. They got him, 3 points, up 14-3. That's a very good lead that we have, and just look at our defense, how wonderful of a job they're doing by putting us back there inside their very close to the red zone. Uh, if anything, the defense has already won this game for us. I can tell you that much. Unfortunately, I would like to be able to say the same thing about our offensive line right there, but I think a great part of Alex's struggles comes down to that O line right there. It's a very tough group of individuals, but they're just not clicking the way that I would want them to. And right there, that's a very good conversion for us. It was a tricky catch right there, so I wasn't able to keep my foot in. So I wasn't able to break out for that touchdown right there. We're already about to finish the third quarter. Um, we've been keeping that lead since the beginning. We haven't let go of it, and I'm very proud about that. I'm gonna try to see if I can get myself another touchdown with this slant route right here. And I did not see what happened there, but I'm pretty okay. Second and 5, so 5 yards right there. So Alex hasn't had an interception since the 2 games ago. The last game he had none. This game he hasn't had none either. So I'm gonna look to see if I can keep that up with him. Right here, I'm just gonna run through the middle again. This is one of my strengths. This is one of the strengths of my game right here, getting some separation. Right there, that was a touchdown right there. Let me see who the player was. Avant. Oh, apologize, Jeremy Macklin, the man. He's just when you're in the end zone, he's just a deadly threat for those defenses right there. He was able to capitalize our defense great. Uh, all around they have been playing great. Our defense. Once again, they're able to stop them with no points. So we're up 21-3, and right there, I think I missed that block right there horribly. If I might add, it was just a horrible block by me. We're just gonna chew the clock here. We're into chewing time mode right here. Although I'm still gonna try to get some passes and completions. Right there, I was open right there. Those few yards that I managed to consistently get away from defenders, I think Alex should look, more into that, more into my routes, because I consistently get those 2-3 yards apart from the defenders, and to me that would mean certainly a great catch, and more than that, potentially yards after the catch, simply because of that separation that I am able to produce with my speed and quickness too. The quick release, that's also a big part of my game right there. We're gonna give the ball back to them, unfortunately, but we know that our defense is just gonna destroy their offensive game right here. Who's that? I couldn't read who that was. Right there, they were able to score the first touchdown for them. And right here, we're just going to return this kick and finish this game off. I would like to hear of you guys about my performance, how you see it, and if you have any recommendations, go ahead and use the comment section. But I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.